am I? Who are you? How do we answer these questions? What defines who we are? We take on many roles in our lives, and these roles help define who we are. For example, I'm a daughter, I am a sister, I'm a friend, and I am a TED Talk speaker, I'm an awesome girl, and I am a student. All of these roles make up my identity, and in order to be true to myself, I need to be faithful to these roles in life. The role I want to talk about today is my role as a student and why knowledge and education is so important to us. 2 years ago, when I was only 9, I was diagnosed with a rare disease called vasculitis. It started with some red dots showing up on my legs and arm. I thought it was only a simple skin problem. So my mom took me to the special skin doctor called a dermatologist. The dermatologist told me it's not a skin disease, and he wasn't sure what kind of sickness it was. So I thought it was a simple disease, so I went home. But day after day, it got worse and worse. Whenever somebody tried to touch my leg lightly, I screamed. And I couldn't move my legs because it was too painful if I tried. So our family found out it was a serious problem, so we went to the hospital in the middle of the night. I was in the hospital for about 2 months. 20 days I couldn't eat nor drink. And for 1 month I could not move or walk or even take a shower. After finally I was released from the hospital, I got sick again. I had to return. Even though the doctor said the virus would not come back again. The second time I was admitted to the hospital, I went into a coma. I do not remember this, but by my mom said it was really dangerous. While I was in the hospital, everybody told me I shouldn't worry about studying. Instead, I should care of my health and enjoy the rest of my life. But after I got out of coma, I realized I should be studying about this sickness because this sickness already led me to a dangerous situation. Without education, life is free. You don't have any stress, but without education, you won't know what and how is leading you to a dangerous situation. I started to study and learn about my sickness so I could take better care of myself and I don't get sick again. I had a lot of free time while I was in the hospital, so I read any type of book that was connected to health or body. And I started listening more carefully what the doctors say about my health. And I started to realize why I was in the hospital and why I was sick. So after I was out of the release from the sickness and released from the hospital, I was wondering what happens when people are not faithful in their roles in life. For example, what happens if people are not pursuing knowledge and education? One day, I read a story about tragedy in Tanzania. The boy had his arms and legs cut off. The reason was because the boy had a sickness called albino. Albino is a sickness when a person doesn't have any melanins or no pigments. Some people in Tanzania call to the people who have this sickness white African. Albino is a big problem in Tanzania because some people in Tanzania think if you have part of the albino's body part, you have luck. So the albino's legs and arm can be worth $3,000 to $4,000, and the whole body can be $75,000. This little boy was killed because people had the wrong belief and they didn't have the correct knowledge of this boy's sickness. And this is just one example how scary the world can be when people don't have knowledge or neither don't have education. In this talk, you may think, does this mean I should only sit on the chair and study? No, I don't mean to have pressure in studying. But having the right amount of knowledge you need, and instead of having the wrong knowledge, have the right knowledge. Being faithful as a student or as lifelong learners can be easy. Just have some books or magazines or newspaper near you and make a commitment to yourself that you will read at least one page a day. That will make 365 pages for a year. And if you think that's too easy for you, then read at least one book per week. That will make at least 50 books for a year. And talk to others, learn from them, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Make your educational identity run. We're not always going to be perfect at our roles, but this is okay. What is most important is when you make a mistake or a bad choice, you learn from it and you own it and you never do it again. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Let us challenge ourselves as lifelong learners. Thank you.